cover your feet by using shoes, the cost will be less expensive. Same thing happened to many suffering souls. As soon as they suffer, they blame wife, they blame husband, they blame children, they blame the government, include blaming God. There is meaning of behind the message, wanting to cover all road using the skin of animal. It is impossible to change everyone. The most impossible thing is changing God. It is impossible changing God, changing government, changing society, changing the children, changing what? It is impossible. But it is very possible to change yourself. Beautifully speaking, as soon as you change your mind, your heart, your surrounding environment also change. There is another expression. When you know yourself, you know your enemy. As soon as you know yourself and know your enemy, you will win in battle of life. Now let me refresh your memory about the step of dispelling innerness. Because as soon as you dispel your innerness, outer darkness will disturb you. But first of all, let me share with you the spirit behind the story. As I keep sharing to you from one meditation to another meditation, your universe manifesting into human body, meaning you are both darkness and stop choosing only light against the darkness, because you are both darkness and light. Remember, universe, there is night, there is day. I keep telling you, my close friend, the 70% of energy in universe, 70% is dark energy. If you fight against dark energy, because 70% fight all energy in universe, you can predict who will become the winner. They are 70%. For that reason, don't fight against the dark energy like anger and jealousy. Don't fight. Embrace the basic idea which is proven in the world of quantum physics. You are universe manifesting in human body, meaning you are both darkness and light. Since you are darkness and light, stop fighting against this. Stop choosing light over darkness. Embrace both darkness and light, because both darkness and light are you. You are universe manifesting into human body. Using the spirit, you are both darkness and light. Now remember how to dispel inner darkness. As soon as all inner darkness is beautifully dispelled, the influence of outer darkness will be very minimum. First of all, remember, human brain love pattern and repetitions. As soon as life grows in line with the pattern and repetitions, bad mood or even anger can easily arise. If this happens to you, remember, bring the smile of mindfulness within. To make the idea clear, let me give you an example. Suppose your pattern of life every morning is like this. Wake up in the morning, shower, breakfast, go to the office, and arrive at the office at 7:06. That is the pattern from one day to another day, 1 month to another month. But in one morning, you woke up a little bit late. You wash your face in a hurry. You go to the office in a hurry. Traffic jam happens. Life is no longer in with the pattern you used to experience. In the moment when life does in line with the pattern and rhythms, is recognize bad mood and anger can easily arise from within. If that happened to you, remember to bring the beautiful candle of mindfulness. There's the word full inside mindfulness. Where there is day, where there is happiness, there is sadness. Where there's pain, there is sorrow. Where there's joy, there is sorrow. When there is pain, there is pleasure. Excuse me. It is like a pair of wings, That is mindfulness. There is no such as people who keep being happy all the time. No. Even they are sometimes experiencing bad mood. No one, even the good, experience bad mood sometimes. In the moment when bad mood arise, anger arise because life is not in line with your intent, being a beautiful smile, mindfulness inside, like universe keep flowing from night to day, day into night, winter into summer, summer into winter. The same thing also happens to the inner universe. Don't be greedy, you just want summer. Be greedy, just wanting the light and hating darkness. That is the most important of countless suffering. That is the first step to dispel the inner darkness. Remember, human brain loves the pattern and repentance. As soon as life is not in line with the pattern and repentance, bad and anger can easily arise at that moment. Remember to bring beautiful care of mindfulness. Second one, my beautiful friend, the spiritual family of compassion. Be careful about feeling loop, thinking, feeling, especially negative thinking. As soon as you entertain the negative thinking, it will be followed by negative feeling. And this negative feeling will lose the previous negative thinking. As a result, your body will be producing countless poison inside, which is very dangerous. Some of my friends, psychologists, deeply study of inner conversation. People who body keep producing countless poison inside, doing countless negative inner conversation. Let me give you an example just to make the idea clear. Suppose one day you remember about angry parent. Wow, Papa very angry. Mama was very intolerant. As soon as you remember your problematic parent, negative thinking arises. If you entertain yourself by talking the negative sides of your parent, meaning you water the seed negative thinking inside. As a result, the negative feeling, emotion, hatred, negative emotion like hatred, anger arise. This negative emotion loop strengthen the previous negative thinking. As a result, let me repeat once again, this is very important. Your body keep producing countless poison inside. That's the most important reason why people got cancer, mental illness, being sent to the hospital with mental illness in Bali, located in Bangli, or there is a whisper inside wanting to suicide, which is very dangerous. Remember, the second one, to dispel inner darkness, be careful about thinking, feeling loop. Do not entertain your negative thinking by talking to the others, blaming the others. Don't. It is dangerous. It will followed by negative emotion. Those thinking, negative emotion loop each other. It is dangerous. If that is happened, remember, those bad things that happen in the past, they are not source of punishment. They are also lesson. That is the way your soul to grow mature from one time to another time. You are not punished by the bad experience of having problematic parents. No, not punished. But that is the way your soul to grow in a much more mature way. That is the beautiful candle that you bring when you experience thinking, feeling loop. The third one, remember about conditioning. Research which is done by Pavlov Pavlov is the well-known psychologist from Russia in the year of 1940. Doing research, giving food to the dog, and bell, ringing the bell, giving food to the dog and ringing the bell. But one day, Pavlov don't give any food to the dog, but ringing the bell, saliva, right? That is the root of the very famous theory, ecology, about conditioning. And those negative qualities, like angry, hatred, jealousy, it is not the true you. It is the long result of conditioning from childhood. You learn from others, especially from the parents. Since you, is the result of long conditioning, can certainly be healed. Can certainly heal your anger. It is not the true you. It is a long process of conditioning. How to heal the anger, learn tolerance, make your hope closer to the reality. Learn to be tolerant, make your hope closer to the reality. Widen your mind, because one of the important root of anger is a narrow mind. That is the third step, dispelling the inner darkness. It's the famous theory of the conditioning in the old psychology. The last one is about neurological circuit in the brain. Many stories here in Bali, outside Bali, in Indonesia, outside Indonesia. As soon as the old people like me retire, 1 or 2 or 3 years after that, they got sick and die. I have been observing those people after getting retired, got sick and die. The reason is I'm trying to tell you this is neurological circuit in brain. Thanks God, I learned a lot about neuroscience, so that's why I can heal myself and I can heal countless people, especially in social media. Let me explain to you what is neurological circuit inside our brain. Suppose you spend many times in teenagers dating with your girl or friends on the beach. As soon as you see the picture of beach, you will remember, oh, in the age of 17, I spent many time on the beach with my girl boyfriend. Why does it happen? Because the neurological circuit in the brain. Some of you play golf like me. When I was young, I always play golf. Moving from one golf course to the golf course, thanks God, I say enough and stop. As soon as you see the pair of green grass, you will remember, oh my God, at the beginning 40s, I play golf. I remember Bali Nirvana Resort. I remember Sentul in Jakarta, many golfers. It is because of neurological circuit. Suppose you are deeply harmed by your parent, even though your parent has passed away, as you see the picture of old people or meet the old people, suddenly hatred and anger to your parent rise. Nothing to do with the soul journey of your parent, nothing to do. It is something to do with neurological circuit in the brain. And those neurological circuits usually appear. It can be in the form of bad memory. It can appear in the form of a good memory. Most of the time of bad memory, mostly more than 80% appear in the form of memory. Most important reason, many people who return and the following years got and die. They entertain those bad memories. Don't entertain bad memory. It will strengthen neurological circuit in the brain. Don't entertain. I mean by entertaining bad memory, you keep thinking, analyzing, comparing. You talk to your wife, you talk to your husband, you talk to your children. This is what I mean by entertaining bad memory. It's dangerous. It creates thinking, feeling loop. What I do to myself. So that's why my first grandson, his name Nanda. Nanda, every time visited his grandpa, because me, he always said like this, Mom, his mommy is my grandpa is never grow old. One day when Nanda was senior high school, Nanda looked older than grandpa. That's not the reason why I can be healthy in the time like this, because I have beautiful mantra to those bad memory. I have beautiful mantra. This beautiful mantra heal myself and heal my student as well. As soon as bad memory come from the past, I whisper to myself, hello neurological circuit, I know you are there, but you are no longer greet me. That is the mantra, beautiful mantra. And then I move to an activity. I don't want to talk about the bully in the school time. No. I don't want to talk about my bad experience in the childhood, because I am the youngest son in the big family, 13 children, 1, 3. I am the youngest, 13 children. You know how complicated the family in that huge family. I have 3 children. Sometimes got complicated, only 3. You can imagine how complicated the family, 13 children. I am the youngest. But I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to entertain the bad memory of the part of being the youngest of 13. I don't want to entertain it. Whenever those bad memories come and visit me, I say, whisper beautiful mantra. Hello, neurologic circuit. No, you are there, but you are no longer with me. That is refreshing session about last month presentation. Hopefully, the light that flows through me will dispel some part of inner darkness. Now I'm going to share to you about brain and heart harmony, brain and heart. A new topic to your family of compassion. We live in the age of brain. We live in the age of the brain, because more than a half of our growth in society is driven by science and technology. Look at the internet, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok is used by technology. First reason why I conclude that we live in the brain, because most of half of our growth driven by science and technology. Second one, the science which influences every corner of human science is neuroscience. Science about the brain. It has one implication, not only giving implication to psychology and psychiatry, giving implication to even spirituality. As I share very often to most of you in many presentations, the intersection between body, mind, spirit, the biochemical reactions of the brain. You have negative thinking and feeling loop that I said before. You entertain the bad memory of negative thinking. The brain will release the hell hormone like cortisol. As a result, the brain poisons your body. The contrary, if you feel gratitude, for example, the brain is no longer release hell hormone, but releasing growth hormone like oxytocin, dopamine. As a result, brain no longer poison your body. Brain even produce some chemical reaction which improve the digestion system, the immune system, and other system inside the body. In short, now we live in the age of brain. When I talk to the session, I concentrate on the left and neocortex brain, because in those of time, left and neocortex brain is the most influential part of the brain, which is very logical, linear, sequential, the left brain. One day, if we have time, we will explore about human brain a bit deeper. But now in the presentations about brain and heart harmony, when I talk about the brain, I focus on the left and logical brain. Since we live in the age of the brain, in many corners of the world, there are a lot of people who experience disharmony between brain and heart. The language of the brain is cleverness. The language of the heart is kindness. The brain wants university degree. The heart wants to learn Holy Scripture. The brain wants to be praised in the crowd, but the heart wants peaceful in the solitude. That is what I mean by brain and heart disharmony. That kind of disharmony between brain and heart is a very important source of countless problems. Like I said very often, most of energy drain in human body come from the conflicting mind. And one of the important root behind conflicting mind is the disharmony between brain and heart. There are many social and mental problems, both in Eastern society and Western society, are deeply rooted in the disharmony between brain and heart. When I was still young, around 18 or 19, I spent my beautiful time in Denpasar, the little city of Bali Island. At that time, I was a graduate student in Udayana University, Denpasar. I was very surprised looking at the people, the Western people who stay in Sanur especially, because in Sanur there are many tourists. Of the tourists are old-age Western people. You know, they appear to be very harmonious. Even though age 70 or 80, you know, the quality of your interaction is like the teacher who loved us. At that time, I deeply appreciate God. Those old people from the West make surprise, because Bali especially, those old people were 7 or 80 years old in the village, especially because I was born in the village here in the northern part of Bali. So the old people keep calling every day. There, keep calling. But those old Western people in Sanur, they do not have a sign of quarreling each other. They even love hug each other on the beach. At time I was surprised. Oh God, the people of the West are much more happy than us in the Eastern society. Thanks God, I got scholarship, got my postgraduate degree in the northern part of England. Spent more than 1 year in a small city in northern part of England. Later on, I attended top management course in Fontainebleau, France, attending top management course. At that time, I was surprised. Those old Western people who appear to be full of love, they changed life more than 11 times. That is the signs of brain heart harmony. I do not want to blame Western society, no. But it is evident that there is brain and heart disharmony, not in the West. In Eastern society like us also, there is disharmony between brain and heart. It can produce countless social, mental, and physical disease. Divorce rate increase everywhere. Suicide rate increase everywhere. And those society which increase, divorce rate which increase, have a strong root in the problem of disharmony between the brain and heart. Now, before I give you 11 steps, there are 11 steps to make your brain and heart in harmony. Before discussing about brain and heart harmony, now first of all, clean the obstacle. The first chapter is cleaning the obstacle. The second chapter is harmony between brain and heart. One thing for sure, please be careful. The human brain can distinguish the reality and reality which is produced by the mind. Let me repeat once since this is very important. The brain distinguishes between the true reality and the reality which is produced by the mind. The brain can only understand the day because there is the night. The brain can understand white if there is black. The brain can only understand the truth if there is something wrong. Meaning, the brain understands reality using the framework of duality. Without duality, sad, glad, joy, sorrow, pain, pleasure, true, false, the brain will be able to understand the reality. At the same time, on the one hand, the brain can only understand reality using the duality. On the other hand, life grows beyond any duality. You see the difference. And at the same time, the material that makes human body is contradictory. Inside our body, there is fire, there is water. Inside our body, there is something solid, there is something fluid, contradicting each other. The explanation is complete. Brain can only understand if there is duality. Body also consists of conflicting matter, duality also. But at the same time, life grows beyond the kind of duality. What I mean, cleaning the obstacle before we proceeding in brain and heart harmony, learn to grow beyond any duality. Only by growing duality, you can make brain and heart in harmony. If you are still deeply rooted in duality, bad, good, wrong, right, it is hard to imagine you can make the brain and harmony. So that's why on this path of meditation, I keep sharing all of you this beautiful message. Acknowledge the way, but stay in the ocean. No matter how deep you meditate, no matter how close you are to God, there is always wave inside. There is a sad, glad, bad mood, good mood, praise, blame, happy, sad. There is the wave. It happened to everyone. In the Buddha has his own wave. But remember, in order to clean the obstacle of harmonizing brain heart, remember, acknowledge the wave. The wave is, but you are no longer the wave. You are ocean. Quoting from great poet Jalaluddin, you are a drop of water to seeking the ocean. You are ocean inside a drop of water. That is the beautiful message of the great poet Jalaluddin Rumi. That is how to clean the obstacle. To put more practically, learn to meditate. So that's why today you have been guided meditation. Rest the mind on the gap between breath, and that is cleaning the obstacle. Now we proceed into the second and the chapter of brain and heart harmony. There are 11 steps to brain and heart in harmony. First of all, number 1, learn to forgive. That's why in the second part of my guided meditation, I keep telling to you, forgive. Of course, it is not easy to forgive. I myself experience it personally. Forgiving is easy. But no matter how difficult to learn to forgive, because if you fail to forgive, there is always a wall that's separating between brain and heart. See, forgiving make the wall collapse. The wall that's surrounding brain and heart collapse because of forgiving. I have a lot of painful experience in the past. I don't want to tell you because it will entertain the thinking feeling will only entertain the neurological circuit of brain. A lot of pain experience that I had in the past, but I learned to forgive. At least forgiving those who harm me by using positive thinking. They are my enemy. They are an angel who got me to be a more mature human being. Remember, without the wind, the kite will never fly. Without the harming them, people who are full of anger in the past, maybe cannot be as mature as I have now. It's the way to forgive. First of all, in the chapter of heart harmony, learn to forgive. Because forgiving makes the wall separating the brain and heart totally collapse. You fail to forgive. Those people who fail to forgive keep doing conversation like this. I am right, they are wrong. I am the victim. They are the evil. There is wall that's separating between you and the others. But in the moment of forgiving, the wall that's separating brain and heart, beautiful collapse. One, remember to forgive. Number two, smile. My daughter, only daughter, we can keep asking, whenever you reach, please remember to sing the song. Many of spiritual family of commission deeply miss the song of Papa. Now smile, smile, an everlasting smile, the smile that brings you near to me. Beautiful song. In the moment smile, you are only getting closer to the back. You are also getting closer to the God. Smile, an everlasting smile, the smile that brings you near to me. Remember, it does not matter in the West, in the Eastern society, they are all in. When the people introduce their identity, example, I was born in Bali, usually the hand touching the heart. I never met people, I was in England touching the head. No. All people, when they explain their own personal identity, they automatically will touch the heart. I was born in Bali. I'm a grandpa to 5 grandsons. I'm a father to 1 daughter and 2 sons. The hand touching the heart. Unconscious human body keep telling the other. When it comes to the true identity of human being, the true identity is not in the brain, it's in the heart. So that's why this is a song, Smile. Smile. The smile that brings near to me, the more smile, the closer you are to the heart. The physical distance between brain and heart is only few centimeters. It is a very long. Very few people who succeed in the journey from the brain to the heart, because it's a journey full of obstacles. But there is a beautiful news to you. One of the way to make a journey from brain to the heart fast. Keep smiling. At the beginning, smile is only something happen to the lips, but the deeper you smile, you will experience the grip of brain will be not as tight as in the past. The grip of the left brain is no longer as tight as the past. Getting loosening. That's because of the smile. Yet the bringers of the dawn in our cycle of time, like Mahatma Gandhi, the late Nelson Mandela, and the great His Holiness the Dharma. The smile is different. If you have beautiful eyes, pure eyes, you can see the smile of Mahatma Gandhi, the smile of Nelson Mandela, the smile of the great Dalai Lama is different. Because they keep telling themselves to smile from childhood and the old age. At the beginning, smile only something to do with, but as you grow deeper, your brain means, your brain getting closer to the. For that reason, remember number 2, brain and heart are one. Smile, smile, a never-lasting smile, the smile that brings you near to me. That's a beautiful song. The more you smile, the closer your brain to your heart. Number 2, smile. Number 3, gratitude. Gratitude. In the spiritual family compassion, we have more than 100,000 search in social media, not saying million. There is no day which we talk about grateful heart. Every day we discuss the importance of gratitude. When I spent one of my beautiful years in the small city Lancaster in the northern part of England, I continued my postgraduate study in Lancaster University. My daughter and my second go to the primary school in Lancaster. As soon as they are ready to go, the children in Lancaster town will sing this beautiful song. Thank you for the world so sweet. Thank you for the food we eat. Thank you for the birds that sing. Thank you, Lord, for everything. At the end, all children will sing loudly. Amen. That's beautiful. One of the ways to develop grateful heart is keep whispering deep prayer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In the Buddhist language, Matur Suksa. In the Javanese language is Maturnu. The first, brain and heart harmony. Remember, develop grateful heart. If you remember the third point about collapsing the wall between brain and heart, please sing this beautiful song. Thank you for the world so sweet. Thank you for the food we eat. Thank you for the birds that sing. Thank you, Lord, for everything. I still sing this song very often. Just in the moment, I want to improve the quality of my great heart. Number 1, being. Number 2, mind. Number 3, gratitude. And the most important thing why gratitude is important, in the moment when you feel gratitude, you tell your brain that you receive something. You receive what you deserve. As soon as you tell your brain that you receive what you desire, brain will release growth hormone like oxytocin and dopamine. As a result, your body produces a lot of medicine, not medicine. Number 3, gratitude. Number 4, sings a beautiful song. My daughter Wika Drew, many students in spiritual position, missing counting which is full of song. I still remember piano player is Rolex, a guy from Western Iran who play organ beautiful to us. He used to play the organ for us. We sing songs together. Number 4, in brain and heart harmony, remember to sing a song. One of the beautiful songs which inspire this heart in the spiritual family of compassion is the song of Bhakti. Yang lucu, kemana engkau terbang? Ilmu mencari bunga-bunga yang tangkaya lama kasayapku merasa lelah. No need to just butterfly. She make the flower bloom in the garden. As soon as the bloom in the garden, butterfly will come. No need to force your husband and wife be soulmate. She will make your heart bloom. That is it. Number 4, remember to sing a song. Some of you who deeply research on happiness know one important characteristic of the people whose seed of happiness is healthy inside. They used to sing when they are alone. I got my seed of happiness from my late father. My late father, when he was still alive, whenever he was alone, always singing the beautiful song of the Balinese. Always sing. Later on, I know when I deeply study on happiness, what the important characteristics of the people who are happy inside, who show happiness are healthy inside. Keep singing a song when alone. Remember to sing a beautiful song. Number 4, in making brain and heart harmony. Number 5, compassion. That's why the name of our spiritual family is the spiritual compassion, because compassion is not only the best protector here in this samsaric realm, but compassion also make the brain and heart in harmony. How? Whenever you meet someone or you meet animal, plant, keep asking the question inside, what is the suffering of people? How to make my presence learning the other suffering. That is the deep practice of suffering. Remember, all people are sad. The suffer because of scarcity. The rich suffer because of being worried of losing the wealth. The average people suffer because they keep competing. All people are sad. I mean by compassion as the tool of harmonizing brain and heart. Whenever you meet someone, raise the question inside, what is the suffering of this person? Can I lessen his or her own suffering? Number 5, compassion. Number 6, service. In spiritual family of patience, we have serving people, especially on the path of patience. We have been teaching meditation of 1,000, not saying million people. The last few years, we have 3 centers of service. Center of service, child prevention, service center for divorce prevention, service center in taking good care of children with special needs. Many of spiritual friends in spiritual compassion say story to me. A lot of things becoming much more beautiful because listening the calling of suffering soul. Many things beautiful happen inside. Remember, number 6, surface. Surface also one of the important tools to make brain and heart in harmony. Number 7, mantra. Since spiritual family of compassion is universal family, belong to cross religion. In our family we have Muslim, we have the Catholic, the Buddhist, we have the Hindus, even the atheists. We have one of our friends, it is from Germany. Since we are universal family, the mantra is like this. Whenever you are ready to eat, going to sleep, wake up in the morning, the mantra. I give gratitude. That is the beautiful mantra in the spiritual compassion. I give gratitude. I am deep gratitude. Number 7, mantra. Number 8, happiness. Happiness is one of the important powers that can make brain and heart in harmony. And the deepest way to be happy is love. Every time you experience anything with anyone, please raise a question inside. How can I be happy with this situation? I live here in the Sram Avalokiteswara in the high mountain in the northern part of Bali with my wife. We have conflict very seldom. Sometimes only once, sometimes only once in 3 months. Why this happened? Because I myself especially focus on how can I make my wife happy, and the best way to be others happy is love. This is a beautiful song that I keep singing to my daughter when my daughter continued her undergraduate study in Melbourne, Australia. I don't know why there's something I meant to be. It's you make me every day. I love you. You know, that's a beautiful song. I love that song. I still sing that song, reminding me about the sea of love inside me. Not loving my daughter, love my son, love my grandson, loving my wife, loving all human beings. Because I keep praying almost every evening to the healing, happiness, and the peacefulness of all being in the lower, middle, and upper realm, hell until Nisartva. 8. Remember, how can you be happy in any situation? Keep the heart. Happiness is not the outcome of what went outside. Happiness is the outcome of how you process what happened inside. Number 9, prayer. Whenever you pray, remember to pray like this: may all beings are happy. That kind of prayer make brain and the heart well connect. May all beings are happy, free from suffering. Number 9, prayer. Number 10, a little bit prayer. Being well connected to that. This is deeper. To some of you who do not meditate, it will be very hard to imagine. But this is better. So that's why from one guided meditation, another guided meditation, I keep asking you, feel the gap between two breaths. Not only the gap between two breaths, the gap between two memories, the gap between two sounds, the gap between two steps when you walk in meditation. Even you learn quantum physics, you know, there are quantum field behind the gap. One field is the field which is full of possibility. A lot of possibility can happen if you practice the gap. It is to explain in human words, but you will understand deeper if you practice meditation. The gap. There are many in my meditation who have this kind of disease into another disease, can be perfectly healed by practicing that. Number 10. 11. Last, remember to live in balance, combining being balance and spiritual connection. I keep healing myself every day by the idea of balance and spiritual connection. When I'm boring inside room, walk outside. When I'm bored because spend too much time alone, I sweep outside the floor, just saying hello to some of the villagers. When I feel a little bit lonely, I meet my wife. Balance. If you combine between being balance and spiritual connection, there is a very important bridge connecting the brain and heart. That is the presentation of this evening. I will refresh the memory again next month, March. In the month March, the presentation scene will be unique because we will celebrate Compassion Day, spiritual family of compassion. In every 2nd of March, we celebrate Compassion Day. This is my birthday. It is only in 1 week from now. We are going to celebrate Compassion, and I will refresh your memory again on the journey to Compassion Day in the beginning of May. Thank you very much, you friends. You do have beautiful soul, light, peace, love. Hopefully, the light that flowing to me can dispel some of your inner darkness. Since this presentation have been saved in internet, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, hope this light will remain here on earth for countless time, dispelling all countless darkness. Thank you. Good evening using Bali time. Hopefully all of you are healthy or even holy. See you in the beginning of March. We are going to celebrate Compassion Day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Matur Suksma. The beings are happy, free from sin. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.